This story begins at 12 o'clock noon. I was on my shift all day long, and I was dealing with patients 24 hours before this time point. I was helping out a family that was seeing their wife, grandmother, when I got called to the front desk. It was urgent. I was assigned to a special patient on floor 65-A. I was perplexed because this vacant floor was only reserved for government officials and secret agents. I was only called up there once when a government official had a bad gun wound to the head. I go up to the elevator and it opens when I get to the floor. And the ambient, dark, narrow hallway awaits me. And the lights flicker. I pass by empty rooms and some with dying officials, but they stay on life support. I then see the room. It's dark. It's cold. And it's a blue room with a big overhead light. There are 2 doctors and 5 nurses working on this patient. I put the hazmat suit on. I nearly pass out at the sight. I thought the person got into a really bad burning accident or something. It was brown with purple veins and orange hues, but one of the doctors tells me it's an alien that just got taken out of a field. My blood runs cold. Its leg was severed, and its body moves slightly. I start to hallucinate and see different colors all of a sudden, and I hear voices in a foreign language that I've never heard before in my head, and then I return to normal. And as we close the area on the severed leg, one of the other nurses slows down and looks faint, but then gains composure. The pulse is very weak as we all work on the ET and pass around the different instruments. One of the doctors looks at me with a stare from the corner, and then I see the alien looks right at me, and then the pulse stops. We tried to revive it, but the lights shut off and go back on to the alien, and the alien was frozen. And some men come in and cover the ET with a sheet and take it out, and they say for further studying at Area 51. We are then told later that the whole thing was an exercise and it was all a drill. But that doesn't explain my hallucinations. There are many things that Big Brother probably hides from us that we will probably never know. I was working on the night shift. One of the patients was telling me how he was having strange dreams of aliens abducting him. So I got some medicine to give him to help him sleep and reduce the nightmares. He was in a car accident recently and was going back home in 3 days. I walk back down the hall and I see a red light coming from the other hallway on the left. I think it must be a hazard light, I assume, and then the regular light comes back on, and I am very perplexed, and I call the security to make sure everything is alright. And I hear the alarm in the background that alerts me that the security is on the way. And then they check everything, and everything is fine. And I then go to another patient. I look up at the ceiling and to my horror, I see an alien walking on the ceiling towards me. I run away and call for help. And the alien was small and gray, wearing all black. It then comes over me. I don't know how it got towards me so fast, and drops a green liquid and disappears. I then was very sick and dizzy, and I fainted. I was dreaming I was falling down an endless giant tube with strange sounds and red and purple colors. I wake up later in a hospital room, and the doctor tells me it was because I was sleep deprived, but we all know there is more to the universe than meets the eye.